So, I should have included this. I should have included this, or I went on my bike ride, I guess, before I recorded my video this morning. But um, how do you turn this around? What? Oh my God. Here I am, all alone. Is there somebody watching me? This feels so weird. I can't turn. Why can I not turn this camera around while I'm watching it? Well, I should have included this in my morning routine. I'm on my bike right now, and I'm headed out to just kind of clear my mind because I was feeling a little down and kind of funky. And just thinking about all the failure I've had over the years. And, you know, as the saying goes, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? And I really feel this is a true saying because, I mean, I can't think. Oh, it's so hard to think with all these bugs. And I feel like someone's watching me. There's a baby crying over there. Oh man. You really just don't have to not care what people think of you if you're out here shooting YouTube videos on your bike. But you can tell I'm trying to be quiet. I also don't know how the microphone is. I might have to speak into the speaker like that. In the speaker. But anyway, I'm gonna go bike and then maybe I'll record when I get home so that way no one can spy on me or hear me. I feel paranoid right now. But it's very peaceful. It's so peaceful out here and I'm just listening to nature, you know? So yeah, I was thinking on the way over, oh my God, the sun. I have that Veritasium just made this neat video on the photo reflex, the photosensitivity reflex, where you sneeze when you go onto the bright sun. So that's probably why I haven't gotten infected with COVID. But that brings me to my next topic, which, I mean, honestly, look at me. This is what I was thinking about on the way over here is if you look at my attire, you can just tell that I basically have given up all sort of semblance of care of what someone would think when they looked at me. And I mean, this is a good and a bad thing. I mean, I was just thinking that the reason I dress like this, I mean, I could try harder, of course, and when I'm seeing patients in my clinic, of course, I put on a nice shirt, but when I'm out here biking and just in nature, I mean, there's other people on the path, but I just have realized that, and thinking about the relationships I've had in my past with people and how nothing that I had or would do makes any difference. I'm going to make a whole other video on this subject, but essentially you have no control you basically have no control, or nothing that I could have done would have kept that person in my life anymore. I feel like there could have been a million and one things different about me, but they still wouldn't have chosen to stay in my life. And I don't know if maybe my personality is that repulsive where sometimes I push people away and I don't mean to do it. Or maybe they just don't like my personality. I mean, I know that, of course, in my field of work, that most people, you're not going to get along with everybody that you know. And I guess maybe it goes back to my childhood and my upbringing where I was always made fun of and picked on. So that kind of maybe ruined my personality a little bit, but I'm not really sure. That's just my theory. But anyway, nothing that I ever would have done, or none of the money that I had, or how I treated the person ever really seemed to matter. When I really care about somebody, I tend to treat them really well. And for whatever reason, um, yeah, in the last like year, pretty much nobody has ever wanted to like really hang out with me or see me. I mean, there's all these exceptions, but despite what I would do, whether it's like taking the person out on a fancy dinner, buying them drinks, most people are just not in my life anymore. And, it's sad, but also, in my old age, I've come to realize that, that's the way life is. And even with my guy, I'm not just talking about women, I'm talking about men as well. I've had some really, really close friends, like one of my friends that I've known since third grade. Um, we don't see eye to eye on certain topics. And I think he just got really upset about that. I didn't see the same way. And see, if I film out here, you have to listen to other people's music that they're biking around on, which is fine. But we didn't really see eye to eye. And again, it's like maybe I could have done something different and they would still be in my life. But honestly, I think that you do have to let people go at some point. I reached out to a few women that I knew, and despite treating them very well and, taking them out to fancy restaurants and being, caring and genuine with them, like most of them don't want to see me anymore, or like, but of course I don't really know what to say. I guess there's you really just can't control other people, and it's reflected in my attire. Is now that I know there's nothing that I could really do to keep people around. And this goes, honestly, the older I get, the more that I just want really close friends and people to be there for me when I'm, just doing my own thing. And I think the best thing to do is to just, be content with yourself and, work on your hobbies and the things that you enjoy. And so that's what I guess that's where I am in my life now. I'm kind of old. I'm getting really old, and I just realized that, yeah, none of the people, like despite me wanting all these different people in my life, there's really nothing I can do, like as far as down to dressing, to keep that person in my life. Or, when it comes to dates, like going on dates and dropping a whole bunch of money is not like, that doesn't help. That doesn't, like, it doesn't matter really how you treat somebody. Like all my friends feel like I treat pretty well. But one of my good friends, he's in Miami. He's a doctor. He's in anesthesia, and he just never like reaches out to me anymore. And like we would always, when we first met, we got along great. But I feel like maybe his wife sucked the life out of him, like, or his jobs really sucked the life out of him, which was, which is really sad. I feel like between his wife and his life and his job and his work, his life got like sucked out of him. So that's really sad. But anyway, yeah, my bike, as you can see, my bike looks pretty cool. I think it's cool, but I have these weird, these weird glasses here. But I'm gonna continue my bike. I'll see you guys later. So I just got finished biking, and as you can see here, somebody just left their, I guess instead of, maybe they didn't have a car, so they had to push the grocery cart all the way to their house. That I was just on my way back from my bike ride, I was thinking that relationships are arguably like the most important part of your life. They really dictate your trajectory, much like my parents pushed me to go to college, and the relationships I've had in the past, really influenced like the kids that I hung around when I was growing up were all kind of, the kids that stayed in school and got good grades and all that. And I think that really pushed me to, you know, stay in school and do the best that I could. And so, that's what kind of got me to where I am today. And, in my practice, I like to really consider the relationships that people have, because especially for conditions like schizophrenia, if you can get the family involved and in care, and of course some of the other personality problems, a lot of times the family, it's very hard to deal with that person. And so the best way to deal with it is psychotherapy. But as I've gotten older, I'm kind of sad because I neglected so many relationships, over the years. And when I was younger, I just wasn't mature enough to really appreciate. But of course, as you get older, your lives take different tracks, and everybody goes their own way. It's very hard to essentially keep everybody that you want in your life, I guess. Well, let me know what you think in the comments section, because I really do think that relationships are extremely important. And I'm using relationship in the term of, men, women, your parents, your siblings, aunts, uncles, extended family. Because I really think those influence how your general mental state and the things you think about in life. I think it has to do with our roots as well. I think humans came from we used to go around in tribes, and now, there's this heavy emphasis on the individual. And yeah, I'm gonna make another video about this, because honestly, this is a really important topic. But we have this emphasis on the individual and success and all that, and honestly, that's what I believe. Like, I drank the Kool-Aid harder than anyone. I don't really need money. I have everything that I could possibly want and more. It seems the thing that I lack is really good relationships with people, and so I try to, I guess, work a little bit every day on that. But I don't know, it's kind of sad, because I don't think, like I kind of started this video off with, is the harder you try to have somebody in your life, it's like the less that they want you. Hi, Psych Squad. So here I am. As you can see, I'm back home. It actually started raining outside. I don't know if you can see that, but wow, I have a big pimple on my nose. So anyway, yeah, I'm back home, and I wanted to tell you also, don't forget, I think I put a video out today about morning routine. So make sure that you take out your trash, because my trash stinks really bad. And that should be part of your morning routine as well.